Right, hopefully I'm live, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I'm just going to be doing the same as yesterday, because quite a few people were on and chatting yesterday when I was doing Gran Turismo 7, so I thought do some more of it. So while I'm waiting for people to come on, I'll just do that really easy race, just to get some money in. The Americas one, that one, Special Stage Route X. That one, I'm in the right car, am I, at the moment? Yeah, I'm already in that car. Right, enter. Yeah, when people come on, I'll chat. Obviously, this car's got a fairly loud engine. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. Quite good, actually. Hope you're alright. Slipstream past those. And now we've got a guy called Union of Socialist Soviet Republics. Or Soviet Socialist Republics. So there's two Soviet Unions on. All the time I'm getting further away from the other cars. Good. I wonder if I can get this car to go even faster with like some of the upgrades to it. Or this car might be fully like kitted out anyway. Alright, Rajiv. Does anybody need me to turn the engine noise down a bit? Because I'm aware in this car it's pretty loud. I mean, I know it's not as loud if I'm in third person, but right, yeah, give me a second. Obviously, I like the engine noises, but yeah, I'd agree with you, it's quite loud. Sound volume. Race sound effects, I guess that will be. Let's try that on 4. Yeah, that's a bit better. So yeah, hopefully that's better volume for people. So yeah, I have to find out with this car if there's a way of tweaking it to go even faster than it currently goes. Although obviously looking at my mile per hour thing, if the needle maxes out at 200 miles per hour, I'm going 232. That is pretty impressive. I wonder if there's a car that I can actually enter into this race that goes even faster than this one, just for a laugh of, you know, like making this even easier than it currently is. Not that I need to, but, you know, just for if I'm grinding this track for money, you know, the idea of doing it in even smaller a time frame. Yeah, if I remember, I think this track was in GT5 as well, and it was like the track that was really easy to like win for money on that one as well. Because as soon as you had a good enough car, it's literally just hold down, accelerate on a straight line, and you get a load of credits for winning it. But it's not very exciting track in a sense, but it is good just for testing out cars and like farming money. Although you wouldn't want to do this track, would you, in a slower car? If you think about, it's going to take like 5 minutes to do the track going at like a solid 230 for the entire time. What's good on me, thanks Soviet Union. There we go. So yeah, nearly 5 minutes to do that, even going that speed. Clean race bonus. Oh yes, I'd like that as well. So yeah, that's 20, very easy, 22,000. The communist state didn't do good enough, that's the point, it failed. There's any Japanese tracks that are quite interesting. No, it's Australia, it's just, oh, I suppose it's like Asian continent area, isn't it? What's this one? Broadbean Raceway. Oh, it's, yeah, annoyingly, there's only the, Oh, it actually lets me do this in the car I'm currently in. Oh, this is going to be super easy. I know this is like a beginner race, but still, this is still counting me as a road car. Okay. Right, Rich. Right, okay, so this is like bringing hydrogen bombs to a World War II, like bomb raid, I guess. Yeah, because on some of the road tracks you can't actually bring this car in because it's considered like too OP. But apparently I can on this one. Right, you need to do 2 laps. Oh, there we go. Corrected that. But the fact is, I like that there are some races you can bring the really overkill cars into, because when you get them, it's just fun to see how easy the race is with, you know, such a stupidly good car. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, thank you, USSR. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've had one before, Rajiv. I don't have one at the moment. But like I said, the problem is that I don't play enough racing games to really make use of one. I mean, if a company does one where it works on the PS5 and the PC, I'd be more into getting the idea of one, but I don't like the idea that, you know, some consoles don't let you use anything but certain ones, you know. But, like, I like the fact that PS5 controllers also work on the PC now in a lot of games, so, you know, you can use that controller in most things. Oh, I have to have a Japanese car for this one that's a road car. Let's try this one then. This car won't be stupidly overpowered for this, but... I just need to do 2 laps in this one, right? get the clean race bonus now. I'm thinking, I'm trying to wonder if the one I had was a Mad Catz one, Rich, because I know when I bought my original 360, it was in like one of those bundles at Argos where you got a racing wheel and pedals with it, and an additional controller, as well as like 1 or 2 games. So the game I chose was Hitman Blood Money, which was bloody good. The Mad Catz extra controller, although it wasn't as good as a 360 controller, was passable. Yeah, I can't remember if it was Mad Catz steering wheel and pedals or not. I don't think it was too bad, but again, I didn't play lots of racing games. And it's like one of those things that occasionally using it, it was interesting, but if I'm sure if I was a racing game enthusiast, you know, it's a bit like using that Logitech controller on the Titan. The weather today's been alright, like there's been a little bit of rain, but apparently, Martha, from tomorrow to I think it's Tuesday next week, we're going to get like quite a few hours of rain every day. I don't think it did that on mine, Rich. It might have been a different model. Yeah, I don't think you could oversteer it to the point it would like reset itself. I'll check the comments about airsoft guns in a minute if that was about airsoft. There we go. Right, so I've done a video on the Airsoft CZ75 I have. I've also got an Airsoft G36 I for some reason never got round to doing a video on, which I really ought to, and a Airsoft L96, is it? Accuracy International? Yeah, I'm actually not minding a load of days in a row when it's raining, especially because most of them are days I'm not going to be dog walking on. So, you know, therefore, it will lower the temperature a bit, and the humidity, because we get the thing where the humidity keeps building and building, and then when it rains, the humidity actually goes down for a bit. Right, I've got a 3-star bronze ticket. Let's see if I get a good reward from that. That's good. Yeah, it'd be good, Rajan, for some of the plants we've got that are looking a bit brown, you know, like the ones that don't really need you watering them manually unless it gets really dry for ages, but it's still the thing, you know, where I like it being, I think they've improved the rewards on this, maybe because they got all the criticism for it. Yeah, that's a decent amount of performance points for a car without any upgrades. Yeah, I think in the UK, if you get a rubber band scuba gun, you can have them without any sort of license, like a harpoon gun. But I think if it's a pneumatic one, you know, like where it uses an air tank to shoot the harpoon, and I think it falls under the same, like, rules as, like, air rifles if they are over certain powers. Should we try out this new car? Oh, what, like those weird ones like that, like AK-looking thing Russia has that's designed to work underwater, like the ones that shoot the weird dart type things. Because, like, regular bullets lose velocity too quickly in water, like those sort of things. Alright, let's have a look at what's in the cafe. Oh, look, there's the pervert Chris here. Let's talk to him. This is the guy that wanks over your cars. Combining a light, compact body with a responsive rear-wheel drive chassis and a peppy 1.8 litre straight-4 engine, this S13 Silvia is one well-balanced FR, whatever that means. Sound like a zoomer. Fresh, or whatever it is. Sports car. Not only does it strike an elegant pose when parked, but it looks great tearing around a corner too. Nowadays, these cars are really something special. In fact, the S13's best qualities are priceless. And I'll find now that when I go to look at my car, there's all these white marks over it. Who's this guy? Excuse me, are you the one that drove up in the Nissan Silvia? No, I don't. Oh, so there's two guys wanking over my car now. Yeah, sadly I don't know if there is much reenactment stuff near me at all that's not like Viking or like medieval stuff. I'm not saying those aren't cool, I'm just sort of saying that, you know. Right, let's try out that new car I got. Was that an American car? I can't remember which brand it was. I remember it was yellow, but... Oh, it was that, wasn't it? Charger SRT Hellcat safety car. Let's try this stock, and see if I can do at least alright with it. Yeah, that's the problem with some, like, the remake gas masks, that they're made from, like, materials that aren't really that close to the original. That doesn't seem too bad. Nino, I'm a safety car. I like its dashboard saying that. Safety car, safety first, always. Been saying that for however many years. Watch out, here comes the safety car. Safety car, safety car. Oh. Out my way, I'm a safety car. I'll read your comment about archery clubs properly in a minute, Rich, when I'm not going to worry about going off the road. Safety car, safety car. Safety car seems pretty good at ramming people. I might upgrade this safety car to make it even more safe. Here comes the safety car. Oh no, fuck. Oh no, shit. I've lost all my advantage now. Alright, I fucked that up. Let's try this race again, shall we? I'll read your comments now. Yeah, when I did an archery club before near me, that really put me off because it was one of those ones where, like, they really talked down to you unless you'd, you know, like, been doing it for ages. I actually had more fun at a sports centre where they were just doing an archery day. Like, because, you know, they didn't, like, waste loads and loads of time with the safety stuff. They kind of evaluated how much you knew with a bow and then sort of moved you into a group of equal ability, rather than it kind of being the thing of, like, no, arrow has to face this way out of bow. When you say custom helmet designs, what do you mean? Like the different like things on the M1 pot helmets, like the cigarettes like taped to them and stuff like that? Yeah, Pasca armor was really ahead of its time. Personal armor system ground troop. Anyway, safety car, safety car. Yeah, so have some cigarettes and playing cards in your little helmet ribbon thing. Witness. I don't want to go off the corner of the track, do I, again this time? This is where I did it last time. Right, there we go. Safety car's coming for him. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I like this safety car. It's good at ramming people. Alright, this is the corner. No, it's not quite this corner, is it? The one I need to be careful on. It's coming up. Yeah, it's the bit coming up now, isn't it? The dodgy corner. It's kind of crazy that people are still scared of COVID in certain places. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming you can't have pin-up girls on planes or whatever. Yeah, like you're saying that. Like Born to Kill or whatever on the helmets. Right. So what we have learned is the safety car is great at ramming people. So I'm going to start upgrading the safety car now. I know I was upgrading that other car before, but I actually like this safety car. The Yellow Menace. Right. So let's start reducing its weight. I know that means it wouldn't actually, in theory, be as good at ramming, but still. We've got 25,000 credits left, so let's get this supercharger and then let's try that same race again. I want to see how overpowered this car is now it's been upgraded a bit. Again, I know it won't ram as well because it's not actually as heavy, but it still go faster. Oh, Gulf War is Desert Storm. That's Gulf War 1, isn't it, Desert Storm? What's that, to kill the next president that got him into Vietnam or whatever? Yeah, that's Gulf War 2, Iraq. The invasion of Iraq. Oh, so I can do this one with my car. Suggested PP 550. My PP now is 637. Right, I'll start this race in a minute. I didn't need some paracetamol because I got a little bit of a stomach ache. Not very bad, but I'll take it while my tea's still a nice temperature. Just swallow it down with. As in, have I ever been interviewed for, like, newspaper type things? A couple of times. But I only do interviews if it's not somebody that's going to paint me like a crazy person. I wouldn't go on one of those things of, like, crazy prepper retards. Right, safety check. You passed the safety check. Safety check this blue car. No, he failed it. Time to safety check the next person. Don't know if I'm going to safety check those. Oh no, he's not doing very well on this safety check. The M16 by a mile. The M14 like could have been good, but it kind of had loads of problems. And the M14 was like a gun that lots of US troops didn't even like. It basically got picked in the weapons trials because of like all the weird like corrupt bullshit around it. Because it went against like the FAL and a couple of other rifles, and like most of those did better in the test, but they went with the M14 anyway. Only like, yeah, but only when it does, not when it had the wood furniture on it as well. That's the thing. Like if you put the M14 with like modern plastic parts today, like they've done with the DMR versions, then yes, the problem with the original M14s is like if you had them in Vietnam, wood warps on rifles in humid climates, so it's actually not really any point trying to get a rifle accurate when you've got wood or furniture. Yep, John's life. I was saying the whole thing of the AR-15 and like the M16 in Vietnam was it was a lot lighter than the M14, and it actually had the plastic furniture, which made it a lot nicer in a jungle setting. Like, if you like the M14, look up the Beretta, is it the BM59? I'm trying to think what it's called. I've got a deactivated one, but there's a forgotten weapons video on it. And it's basically Beretta, before America adopted the M14, Beretta used the tooling from M1 Garands to build a 7.62 battle rifle using Garand bits, and it's literally the M14 but better in every way. And it's kind of like one of those things where if America was going with the M14, why didn't they just go with that? Yeah, I like my safety car. It's good at safety checking people. I can't remember in this if I actually have to ever repair the cars, or if that's only on, like, if I do certain races where, like, the cars actually take damage. Oh, historic. Oh. Can I put some more upgrades on this one? No, well, technically, I suppose summer holidays, like my family's going away in a bit, but no, because I can't get the time off work, annoyingly. Like, where I work, it's much easier to get holidays off work, like, in the first few months of the year. So if I wanted to go away at the moment, that's like when I'd have to book it off. What's in the used cars thing? Let's just see if there's anything interesting. What does the red flag for these? There are cars available to purchase. Oh, I know that there's cars available to purchase because they literally all show up here, but whatever. I don't want those cars anyway. I want to make my safety car faster. Yeah, like I was saying, John, it's a similar thing that Britain had with, I think it was the number 5 Enfield, because that was the one known as the Jungle Carbine, but it had a problem where it would lose zero because of the actual, like, what would you call it, like the, like wood warping and then, you know, going into different shapes, so you'd lose your zero. Well, unfortunately, like most things in the UK, you need a fishing license. It depends on what you're fishing. Obviously you can do sea fishing and like river fishing, canal fishing, things like that. But like, so this car's even better now, my safety car. My uncle goes fishing a lot, to be honest. Oh, it's America's I want, isn't it? And then was it that one? Yeah. No, I never really bother going fishing. Although a fishing license is literally just like one of those licenses where you pay some money and then that's it. It's not like one of the, you have to pass all these tests or whatever sort of license. It's just literally, I have paid a bit of money to say, I can fish, you know, in this river or whatever. You don't need a fishing license, obviously, if you're fishing on private property and you've got the landowner's permission. It's just for, like, public rivers, I think. But I don't know why you'd want to fish in those at the moment when they're, like, all being pumped full of, like, toxic sludge. Actually, yeah, to be honest, if you wanted fish out the rivers at the moment, a lot of them are dead and floating on the surface, so, you could just get them that way. That's pretty impressive, Roger. It depends what scrapes over uni. On some things they're not strict at all. It just depends really what you mean. Well, it depends how much the fuel costs, because over here you would not want a heavy vehicle because of the fuel costs. Oh, it's not even a good enough PP. Oh, like a multi-fuel engine, you mean? I think the only problem is if even like in the UK you had a multi-fuel engine car, if you put red diesel on it, you'd still get done for it, wouldn't you, if you were caught? Because it's like tax evasion. Like whether or not you could run it on chip fat and get away with it, I don't know. Oh, I can actually do this one. I can do Goodwood in this fucking car. Okay, that's cool. Right, safety check the hippie mobile. Right, hippie's fucked. Out my way, Mini. Boom. Oh, I like this safety car. This is fun. I mean, $3,000 isn't much at all, is it, for a vehicle? Don't care really about hitting the car because I've already not got a clean race bonus because I've been ramming people. Ram ready. What's the insurance like for it as well? Because I know the problem some people have with like some like classic cars and things like that is that like certain insurance companies can be absolute dicks and like either not want to insure certain vehicles or like want a stupid premium for doing it. Oh, this isn't a historical car, doesn't count. What's this thing? Oh, obviously I... Oop. Having a bit of trouble with the steering now. Don't know what's going on there. Still so far ahead it doesn't matter. Well, if you're on about moving a lot of supplies, isn't that power to weight ratio you need, not the weight of the vehicle? Because obviously, like, a truck has really good power to weight ratio, and like, you know, lorries and things like that. But like, lots of really heavy, like armoured vehicles, for example, don't. So like, if you look at World War II and look at like Tiger tanks, and especially the King Tiger, like they struggled with their own armour, like let alone towing anything. What about gas masks? Yeah, this doesn't steer very well on tight corners after. Give this car that. As nice as it looks and everything. Yeah, it's a nice looking car and that, but whatever. Yeah, alright, thank you. I've got a day off work tomorrow, so not doing much. And so might, if I get... Oh, although the weather's not meant to be good, is it? Otherwise I was going to say I might go and get some more footage with a drone, but if the weather's not good, I'll find another video to film at some point tomorrow. Then Saturday and Sunday I'm working all day, but again, I never know in advance how busy it's going to be. As in, like, I've already worked today, so, but the only problem is obviously some days like this when I've got up early, done a few hours, and then I'm like, you know, back here, I'm sometimes already quite tired at this point. Because that's the only thing that annoys me some days when I'm like working early-ish, is although you get all the day afterwards free to yourself, sometimes I'm like already too tired in the evening to want to do anything. I want to change back to that other car, don't I want to keep upgrading this car to get it to like as good as that the Camaro I've got. I don't know if it will even get as good as that, but still, I want the safety car of Doom to be fully upgraded. Well, in all honesty, John, not really, because you can buy them here super cheap. So for what it would cost you to ship it, or for me to pay you to ship it, it probably wouldn't be worth it. Especially because, like, I know in like US to UK or whatever, there's like loads of shitty taxes we have to do. So it's probably not worth it. It's probably just more cool having it as like a decorative piece or something. In all honesty, I'd say. Well, what collector level do I need, you nasty little bastard? I want to I want to get my new thing. It's not really worth it for that price. Okay, let's get that one for now. Yeah, it's probably not a great idea when there's a war on to try keep buying products from countries like Ukraine. You know, that's what I've been saying to people for ages that keep trying to buy products from Ukraine and Russia. Is, yeah, you're going to have a lot of issues with the shipping. You can get stuff out of Ukraine fine if it's like not military related at all, but yeah, Ukraine isn't going to send anything like gas masks out when they might even need old surplus gas masks if the Russians blow Zaporizhia. Or do you mean it's leaving Ukraine fine, then it gets to your country's customs and sends it back? With all the Japanese ones, you always have to have a Japanese car. Because it's like, oh, dirty gaijin, you'll not use a Japanese car to race in Japan. Yeah, again, you need a Japanese car. They have actually added quite a lot more races since I last played this, because there's a lot of them where it says I've, passed results none, where before nearly all of them I'd at least have had a pass result on. Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I'm just sort of saying that's the problem at the moment, is it might just be because of all the shit going on with Zaporizhia and that, or it might depend who the person is at customs that inspects it. Because I've had it problems before with UK customs where I've bought stuff that's perfectly legal, but you get an idiot working at customs that doesn't actually know the laws. I'm not really surprised because as much as I like the A10, everybody considers it really out of date by this point. Although I did see a cool thing that Rolls-Royce is doing the new engines for the B-52s. So I saw a picture of a B-52 of these brand new looking Rolls-Royce engines. I was like, oh, that's cool. It depends what you mean by combat. If you mean flying it in some third world country, shooting people with no anti-aircraft ability, yes, it would brap them fine with its big, you know, gun. And it's fine for shooting standoff munitions. Yeah, close air support, but the problem is you can't do that anymore in contested airspace with it, because it's just going to die in that thing. It's like, if you look at how many planes are getting shot down in Ukraine, like, this is the thing that was quite funny with Russia. When they first went into Ukraine, the sheer amount of helicopters and planes they lost because they just, you know, got hit by AA. Not even on about jet versus jet. You don't have unlimited flares on your thing. If you've seen how saturated these aircraft get in like a modern conflict where there's just so much AA behind everywhere, and that would also assume that your flares only would work on something of a thermal seeker anyway. Well, it's why the A-10's being replaced, isn't it, by literally a prop plane. Because it's, if you want something like that, you actually don't even need a jet. And then it's like, for most stuff, you're going to actually just use cruise missiles now, or, you know, like, really long standoff munitions. Don't get me wrong, I really like the A-10, but sadly it's had its day. Like, what I don't get is why the US just doesn't donate their entire A-10 air fleet to Ukraine, give them all stuff like, you know, HARM, like the anti-radiation missiles on them, and then just use the A-10s as a launch platform to just keep, you know, Ukrainians can put them in the air, launch the, like, anti-radiation missiles off of them, and then just land them again. You're already messing with Russia. Oh, Russia made a mistake in messing with the West first. And Russia's turned out to be completely fucking useless anyway, so it's not actually very, you know, if somebody had said to me over a year ago that Russia would invade its neighbour and then get stuck, like, you know, in a war of attrition World War I style, within a month or two of going in, like, I wouldn't have believed it, but now we've actually seen it. But that's just because of all the corruption that's hollowed out. It's not the Soviet Union anymore. Well, there might already be a World War III with China if America goes, you know, to war over Taiwan. It just depends. You see, I'd hope that the response from what's happened with Russia and Ukraine means China doesn't actually try and attack Taiwan. Yeah, even some of their allies that have been sticking with them for a while, Quaker, I've seen have been ditching them now, like Turkey, just because of the fact Putin looks so weak now after Prigozhin's, like, little failed coup, mutiny thing. Yeah, John, that's the point sort of I've been trying to make with John's Life. The sort of thing with that is, I think the problem with Russia is because for ages I sort of took the opinion of just be nice to them. And I'm not about Russian people, I'm not about the Russian regime. But again, it ended up just being, didn't it, like the problem Britain had when we appeased Hitler prior to World War II. That really you should have done as much to stop them as possible. And then it's, you know, they kept just taking more and more countries near them. And then it was everybody else's fault but theirs. You know, again, it's like you only beat a bully by standing up to them and beating the shit out of them. You know, when you just appease them, they're just being, like, meaner and meaner. But, oh well, that's the end of this stream. I've been on for about an hour and it's devolved into fucking politics, so there we go. Russia's got nukes, yes, but America has nukes, Britain has nukes, France has nukes, China has nukes, India has nukes, Pakistan has nukes, Israel probably has nukes, Iran's developing nukes, North Korea has nukes. The thing is if nukes get used in a mutually assured destruction situation, everybody dies anyway. So most countries know that they're never going to actually use nukes now unless it's literally, you know, they're on their way out. You know, and I'd agree with you there, John's Life, because they've actually got much more of an industry base. Like, the thing is with Russia now is because it's not the USSR, they can't even build, you know, new tanks to replace the tanks they're losing. It's not like they've massively restarted T-72 production, um, and then you know, all the stuff like that. You know, it's basically they're just pulling out more and more tanks from scrapyards, you know, with like barely any working components. And again, I know like in the West we're having problems now with like keeping up production for some of the shells and that we've been sending to Ukraine. But that's just because we obviously didn't have the production base for it. But it turns out, yeah, Russia like had no vehicle production whatsoever. You know, hence why armatas and things never have turned up in actual conflict. Yeah, and right, anyway, I'm going off and politics stream again. Don't want that to be the thing. Have a good day, everybody.